Welcome. In today's yoga class, gentle yoga class, we're going to be using a chair. And then we're also going to be focusing on the aspects of our yoga practice, which are referred to as dynamic poses, where we actually create tension in our body. And then the ease aspect of the yoga practice, where we find relaxation. So, welcome to class. If you would like to join me and the music, you can go ahead and begin the Spotify playlist now. And then come into a seated position. We're going to sit on the edge of the chair. We're going to firmly plant both feet. Let me back up my chair a little bit. Firmly plant both feet onto the ground. And then what I want you to do is check into your posture today. We don't want the lower back to have an exaggerated curvature. So you want to tuck your tail in and create a little bit of dynamic energy in your low belly. We can bring our palms into an easy position, palms up on your knees. Closing your eyes if you like, you can relax your face, your jaw, your shoulders. Breathing in and out through the nose if possible. We want to just have an ease, a sense of ease to the breath to begin with. And notice if there's any discomfort in the breath. Just pay attention to that. Opening your eyes if they are closed. We're going to create a little bit of dynamic energy in our spine. So again, having the tail tucked, having a little bit of engagement in your low belly, and then see if you can activate the muscles that are close to the vertebral column that would allow you to sit up nice and straight. You want to imagine perhaps that there's a string pulling the head up. And by creating this dynamic energy in your spine, you might be able to find a little spaciousness between the discs. Reaching the top of the head up. Reaching the base of the spine down. Now we're going to ease our hands down, palms down onto our thighs, and we're going to begin to sway the spine. So this is a very easy movement in that we are looking for just a natural sway from the tail up through the mid-back. And then remembering that our neck and our head are part of this movement as well. Breathing, keep the breath flowing. You could look around your space. Beginning to warm up the spine. Effortless, playing with that sensation of gravity pulling you down, moving to the other side. And then we're going to bring it back to center. So we're going to let our hands float up. Inhale and then float down on the exhale. Your own natural time. It's beginning to warm up our shoulders, our elbows, our wrists. Could watch the hands, your peripheral vision, lifting the head. One more time, ease on the inhale, ease on the exhale. Okay, let's bring it back to center. We're going to bring one hand across and I'm going to extend my spine dynamically. You could place the other hand behind you on the chair and then look behind. Dynamically reach the spine up. As you twist and breathe. Let's bring it back through center and again extending the spine long, relaxing the shoulders down, twisting into breath, noticing the rise and the fall of the rib cage. Bringing it back to center and then finding ease, maybe even ease in the spine just a little bit. Closing your eyes, grounding yourself through the base of your spine and the bottoms of your feet. Okay, we're going to begin to warm up our hips. So we're going to come off the chair and move over to the side. And so using your chair as for balance or for knots, if you don't need to use the chair for balance, that's fine. We're just going to begin to circle one knee around. Direction, bringing a little dynamic energy into the foot. So I'm flexing my foot. And I'm letting the knee move in, out, and back. Now notice the direction I'm going. I could switch the direction, other way. Two more. Last one. Now let's just swing the leg a little bit so you can bend at the knee. Nice and soft. Warming up those muscles, those joints, and then bring it back to center. We're going to do the other side. You could move to the other side of the chair if you like. Crossed. Flexing that foot, bring a little dynamic energy into the ankle. And when you're ready, let's take it the other direction. Breathe. Two more. Okay. Extend and flex, swinging the leg, gentle. Okay, let's bring it back to center. Coming back and onto the chair. We're going to cross one leg over the other. And we're going to see if we can get this shin perhaps parallel to the floor. If it's up here, that's fine. We're going to work towards moving into pigeon pose seated. So see if you can find ease in this pose. Ease in the leg, just relax it down. And then extend the crown of the head up. Now, option here is letting the foot just rest there and then bring the arms up. And we're going to do dynamic arms. So reaching the arms next to your ears. See if you can reach up. Breathe. So dynamic arms, and then kind of relax into the base of your body. Breathe. Take a deep breath in. Turn your palms down, lower them dynamically. We're going to do that a couple of more times. So it's a dynamic inhale. Pause. Exhale. Dynamic in, one more time. Pause. You could hold the breath if you like, or breathe out, and then exhale back down, maybe pressing the palms away. Okay. Crossing this leg over. Find your cross-legged position here, and then dynamic in the spine. So we're going to take opposite hand to that leg that is crossing over, and we're going to see if we can place the hand maybe to the outside of the knee, of the thigh, and then we're going to see if we can turn and look behind us. Remember, you want to extend the spine long in a dynamic fashion before turning into the spinal twist. Breathe. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring it back to center, and then let's look the other way. Little counter twist. And then bring it back to center. And then we're going to switch sides. So checking out the other side. See if you can get that shin maybe parallel to the ground. Maybe it's up here. That's fine. So we want to plant the foot sitting on the edge of our chair. Taking some deep breaths. Reaching the crown of the spine up. See if you can relax into your hip. Palms up. Pause. Reach, 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 reach. And then exhale, palms down. So I'm creating a little bit of tension in my arms as I do this. So inhaling up. Pressing my shoulders down. Exhaling down. Inhale up. Exhale. One more time. And bring it down. Okay. Let's take our legs and wiggle them around a little bit. You could bounce up and down with the ankles. You could shimmy them, shake them out. Okay, so finding our way up. We're going to use the side of the chair. So I'm going to place it more central to my mat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands down to the chair, and we're going to find downward facing dog using the chair. So I want to bend my knees to begin with and maybe move my chair out to the front. And then walk my feet back. I can bend my knees and then begin to maybe straighten your legs, but not until you notice if you can get your head and your arms straight. So the head right between your arms. If I move it side to side, I can feel it. So you might be up here. We want to have a straight back. So you don't want your back arch. So make sure that you bend into your knees if you need to. And this bend can be deep enough that you're actually resting your belly on your thighs. Now, instead of this being dynamic in the shoulders, just see if you can release and notice some tension dissolving, just relaxing into the pose. This is our downward facing dog using the chair. Okay, if you feel like it might be a good idea to like stretch out your hamstrings, you can take your tailbone to the sky, maybe walk your feet back a little bit further. And then the heels can come down towards the floor and your legs can straighten. Okay, to come out, we're going to walk our feet a little bit closer, bend our knees, and then roll up nice and slow. Just check into how our shoulders feel. We're going to do a few shoulder rolls. So bringing them up next to your ears and back down. So this is very dynamic, right? I'm squeezing my shoulders up towards my ears and back down. Notice I'm going one direction and then we can take it the other way. Dynamic shoulder rolls. Okay, bring it back to center. Extend your spine long. We're going to wrap our hands around ourselves. You could grab and give yourself a little hug. And then we're going to relax our arms down and then just drop your chin towards your chest. And notice the ease. Keep your tailbone tucked, your feet grounded. Notice the ease in the head and the neck. We're going to take a deep breath in and open the arms wide. And then wrap other arm underneath. Relax your head, chin towards chest. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring it back and open. Opening the heart and then bringing your arms back down beside you. Just notice how your hips and your shoulders feel. You could give your shoulders a little wiggle, a little shimmy, ease. Maybe gentle into the head. Don't want to vigorously shake our head. Just gentle. Easy. Okay, we're going to do a dynamic pose, which is called chair pose. So imagine you're sitting down into your chair. We're going to keep our hips back. And so we don't want to tilt everything forward. So you just want to sit down as if you're sitting into the chair and then pause. And then you can bring your hands into your heart. And you could have ease in the arms, but this is very dynamic in the legs. So we have to breathe nice and deep. Notice any minor discomfort you may have. Building strength and stability in the muscles that help to stabilize our joints, our knee joints, our hip joints, our ankle joints. Breathe. And then take a deep breath in and bring it back up. Beautiful. Bring your hands down beside your body. We're going to step closer to the chair. We're going to use the chair for a little side bend. So when we side bend, we want to make sure that our shoulder stays in the same plane as our hips. And so you could begin just by moving your body side to side in this direction and this direction. And it can be nice and easy on the arms. So the arms are just dangling beside you. We're going to kind of bend towards the chair. You could put your hand on the chair if you need to for support. And then we're going to take the other arm up and over, and we're going to side bend towards the chair. Now you'll notice that my hips and my shoulders are still in the same plane. So you don't want to come forward or more difficult back. So see if you can get in the same plane. And this arm that is up in the air is very dynamic. Breathe into your side body. Your gaze could be slightly up next to your arm. We want to keep tension out of the head and the neck. So if it would be better for you to look down, you could do that. Feel the strength in your arms here. Take a deep breath in, and then let's bring it back to center. And then we're going to bring that arm down. I'm going to step to the other side or move my chair to the other side. So this arm is for support, but it could be down beside the body if you don't need that support. And then the other arm comes up and over, and it's very dynamic. And my shoulders are in the same plane as my hips. And I'm opening up nice and wide that side body. Breathe. My arm is like an arrow shooting up. If anybody tried to come and move my arm, they would not be able to do so because it is firm and steady and energized and dynamic. Okay, let's take a deep breath in and exhale it back down through center. Notice the two sides of the body. You could gently let your arms dangle in ease and turn your head side to side and let your body just move side to side. So we're going to set up for standing warrior pose. The standing warrior could be done using the chair. I'm going to show it that way first, and then I'm going to remove the chair and then show how it could be done in a different way. So sitting on the edge of your chair, you move this leg back, and then you turn the foot out. Let's move my chair a little bit. So I'm very on the edge of the chair, and then I can move my foot out, and I can square my hips, square my thigh. My foot is turned in a little bit in Warrior Two. So this could be your Warrior Two right here in chair pose. I'm being supported, but my arms are very strong. My legs are very strong. And I might even actually feel like I'm trying to drag my legs together. Okay. So that would be how you would do Warrior in or using a chair. So let's show how Warrior is done without a chair. So I'm going to step one leg back, and I'm going to take my time in setting my stance. It's very important to feel into the distance that your feet are apart, because if our feet are too close together like this, then I can't really feel stability or strength or dynamic in my low half of my body without bringing my knee over my ankle, which we don't want to do. So see if you can widen your stance a little bit. This back foot turns in, and I'm pushing through. It's very dynamic. I'm pushing through that leg. It's very strong. I'm going to move my front leg out a little bit. You don't want the knee going past your ankle. And then I turn and I look towards the front. Notice that my shoulders and my hips are stacked. So sometimes you see this in people doing yoga poses, but in Warrior Two, we want to engage the spine, and it needs to be vertical alignments, tail tucked, arms out. So everything about this pose, except for your face, your jaw in particular, is dynamic. Breathe. Relax the face, the jaw. The eyes are also soft. Now from here, we can go into exalted warrior. So palm up, front hand, and then reach that arm up. I relax my back arm oftentimes when I'm doing this pose. So this back arm can be relaxed, but I'm doing a side bend here. And my top arm is very dynamic. This is warrior pose. This is exalted warrior. And then we're going to bring it back down to center, arms out. This is our pose of the day, actually, because it's very dynamic. This is my Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 pose. Breathe. Let's rest our arms. And then let's just think about coming out. You could pick up that back foot and move it, or you could just step it forward. And then feel the difference between one side and the other. Other foot steps back, taking your time to set up your base. Virabhadrasana 2 is our pose of the day. I'm reaching my arms out. So if anybody came and tried to move my body, they would be unable to because I am in dynamic ease, right? Ease in the mind, ease in the face, ease in the eyes, ease in the spirit. Peaceful warrior. Warrior 2. Breathe. Take a deep breath in, palm up. I could just relax this back arm down. And then this arm is very dynamic. It's like shooting up towards the sky, channeling energy in and out. Breathe. And then bring it back to center. And then let's just actually play with ease in my Warrior 1 or my Warrior 2. So I see in class a lot with our arms just ease. You could just ease your arms, but this feels floppy, right? The upper body is kind of floppy. And then create tension, dynamic. And then let's see if we can come out of it by stepping that back leg forward. Maybe a couple steps and take a deep breath in, ease on the arms up. And then exhale back down. Let's do that a couple more times. Just let your arms float up. You could look up towards the sky and then let them float down. Breath in and exhale. Okay, mountain pose. Feet are hip width apart. Now just let yourself be like a rag doll. Okay, ease. Maybe just kind of flop around a little bit. Mountain pose, like it implies, is generally considered a dynamic pose, right? So we really do need to engage the legs. My thighs are contracted on the front and on the back, and my tailbone is tucked. My arms are hugging in towards my center line. My fingers are even spread, and there's tension in my hands. Now see if you can extend your crown of your head up to the sky. This is our mountain pose. Now relax your jaw, relax your eyes, come into a soft gaze. Now we're going to melt a little bit into this pose, and we're going to just begin to relax the hands, Bend the knees a little bit and begin to subtly shift front to back. So this is going to be our balance practice for this class. You could use your toes to grip as you tip forward, back. Maybe finding a gaze point on the floor if you're finding this balance practice a little challenging. And then maybe side to side. So just shifting your body weight side to side. And then bringing it back to center. So from here, you can come to the ground for final relaxation, or if you like, I'm going to follow me. I'm going to use the chair for my final relaxation meditation pose. And again, it's best to sit on the edge of the chair, and then you could widen your feet and firmly extend the spine up. So again, I spent many years sitting on the edge of my chair with my back in dorsiflexion, I think, or maybe it just flexed, right? My lumbar curvature exaggerated. And then I had a herniation, and then I had surgery. And then I learned that really you need to tuck your tail under to keep your low back healthy. So again, try not to use that exaggerated lumbar curvature as support for your spine. So breathing. And let's bring our body into stillness, ease. Removing all expression from your face. Sitting up nice and straight. You could go back to that image of the puppet being easily manipulated and the spine straightening up towards the sky. And then the tail tucked a little bit, extending down into the earth. Sensing into the shape of your body in space, releasing where you can into gravity, softening, getting bigger, wider, more expansive, receiving. Doing a body scan and noticing if you're holding tension unnecessarily. Becoming aware of that tension. Consciously going into those places where we can work on releasing. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, bring your hands to touch, nice and gentle, and then just give yourself a bow, chin into chest. Thanking yourself for coming to the practice. Thanking each other for being here as well. Community, peace, coexistence. Namaste. So as you go out into the rest of your day or the rest of your week, you might notice where it is that you feel dynamic, and this could be in the physical body, where it is that you feel ease. It could also be in the physical body, but really we also have dynamic emotions, and the emotions that are more ease. We also have dynamic thoughts, right? Experiences, more ease in our bodies. And then also just in your spirit, when you feel really passionate about something, that is a dynamic sensation. And then when you just feel like everything is just right the way it is, then that might be more ease. So playing with those sensations of dynamic ease, not just in your physical body, but in your emotions and in your mind and in your spirit.